Shout out Beware. What up, though? And it's your favorite Pistons podcast, Pro Wrestling Talk for the Pistons fan. Want to find out more about our show, like where to order our official t-shirt or how to follow us on social media? Visit our Linktree /PWTPF. That's linktr.ee/PWTPF. And thanks to our premier sponsor, ticket-barter.com. See you at the seats. Yo, shout out to everybody who does the daily podcast, especially the ones with the camera set up and instant reactions. I've been trying to, the game was over 2 hours ago. I got emails to do, and so I'm like, how y'all be doing this? A couple things. I thought I mentioned this. Darby Allin is the AEW champion for about 2 weeks now. I could have sworn, if I'm being repetitive, just forget. It seemed like if you were going to give him the belt, I was just like, wow, the Wednesday before WrestleMania, because nobody was talking about it. I saw it, and I was on the plane or something. Then I forgot to say it. Wow, they gave. But it's well, all right, well, WrestleMania this week. You know what I'm saying? The other things I thought about that was just Orange Cassidy can be their champ. If Darby Allin got it, why not Orange Cassidy? I would think Orange Cassidy has more fans. But I don't know. I'm just saying maybe I'm more of an Orange Cassidy mark than I am a Darby Allin mark or something like that. And then the other thing is, I was saying randomly, I don't like Danhausen. And it's not that I don't like Danhausen. It's just I don't get it. Just I don't get the Joe Hendry stuff or anything like that. But then it's weird because then I'm yeah, Orange Cassidy cool. Jim Cornette was being almost a prophet. He booked this Obafemi thing that happened tonight exactly. He was they need to do an Obafemi open challenge. Obafemi goes on this is an open challenge. So Obafemi's has the U.S. title, but not really. He's just come fight me. I don't need no belt. I beat you. So Oba just I don't have a storyline. I'm just peak Kimbo Slice backyard brawl mode. That is my storyline. What else about Raw? Roman Reigns had on those actual Air Jordan, what are they called? The Bloodline 12s. They drop in May. But they're gonna be 200. This is gonna be the first big time I know they've done the Pumas before. I know Randy Savage had some Team Jordans before or something like that. But this is the first retro Jordan, to my knowledge, with the theme of wrestling. That's just the epitome of this show. But the thing is, I don't really like 12s. But I gotta get them because it's a piece of history. It feel like I talked this up personally. I mean, I didn't, but I'm just saying in my own head. And did y'all peep that tonight? They bringing back the Tongan Death Grip. That Tongan Death Grip. Yo, Jacob Fatu got so angry, and then he was I'll just put him in the Tongan Death Grip. And the Tongan Death Grip really worked. It really works. For one of the funniest wrestling stories ever is Stevie Ray, Booker T's brother. You can look it up. He's him and Haku. They were in a bar. He was man, we got into a fight. And he hears somebody screaming. Just, He Haku got somebody in the Tongan Death. He was that's crazy. That is just, I wish I would have been there. I mean, that's the epitome of getting in a street fight and putting somebody in an abdominal stretch. And I just can't get out. But I mean, this is the ultimate Cody Rhodes moment right here. So what do you want to talk about? Right? What do you want to talk about? I stand by this. It's still first to win 4 games. It's still, listen, it ain't over until it's over, baby. So, hey, it ain't, I don't want to hear, it's over. No, it ain't over. You got to win 4. I mean, the games have been, in this series, relatively good and entertaining. I mean, tonight we got the dunk of the playoffs. Unfortunately, it's just you're watching the game, it's wow, these are good games. Very physical, a lot of block shots, some ugly basketball in there too, but I guess ugly basketball makes for fun basketball. It's just that the Pistons are on the wrong side of it. If you are an Orlando Magic fan, you drinking tonight. You're just I ain't going to sleep. You're just hey. And then me, I'm trying to find a silver lining out of this, but it's really just a bad matchup all around. This just complete. And I used to hear this in the hood or around my family just growing up. It's a bad week to have a bad week. It's a bad week to have a bad week. The Pistons are having a bad week in the playoffs. You just can't do it in the playoffs because the series only lasts a week and a half. As we'll see in a few days here on Wednesday, if the inevitable happens, right? It'll be whoa, you picked a really bad week to have a bad week. My dad used to come home and be listen, you ain't getting 3 strikes tonight. I'm already having a bad week, so don't have no bad week. Because if not, the belt is just coming off. I'm just tapping that, You know, he's like, don't have a bad week when I'm having a bad week. Pause. And I'm not trying to like throw shots at anybody, anything like that. But the shallow way of thinking is to point the finger, right? But this is everybody's fault from top to bottom. If you have on a Pistons uniform, it is your fault. If you're on the coaching staff, this is your fault. This is everybody's fault. Like, you can just look and just be like, oh, look, this person did that. That's just very shallow. The bottom line is, first place, 60 games, you should be able to mutate. You should be able to have a man down, still pull out, 2 wins against the 8 seed. Notice I said should be able to, but at the end of the day, that's why Cam and Mace named their show. You know what it's called. It is what it is. You're down 3-1. And that's sports. That's sport. It just sucks to be on the other end of it. I mean, that's why you watch sport. You're just like, hey, I want to see the close games. I want to root for the underdog, right? You just don't want the big dog to be your team, right? That's sports. Couple just mussings and just whatever. There always seems to be that team in the NBA that wins a lot of games and it takes them a few years to get over the hump. And sometimes their hump isn't like winning a title. Sometimes that hump is just like getting out the first round. So I immediately thought about like the early 90s, mid to early 90s Supersonics. They just lost to everybody. They would just rack up a ton of wins. Sean Kemp, Gary Payton, they just could not get it together. That's where you get that iconic Mutombo scene where he's holding the ball. He's like, he's just crying. Like, we beat the Supersonics. But that was like they second or third year getting beat in the first round. They're like, what is wrong with this team? I mean, they had Robert Pack dunking on him. Just Robert Pack just taking full-blown dumps, not even wiping his butt, just dumping on. You're like, wow, Robert Pack is owning Gary Payton right now. But then they broke through. 96, they went to the finals. And, of course, they lost to probably one of the greatest teams ever, the 96 Bulls. I always call him Pat Leather Jordan. That's what I got, Pat Leather Jordan, right? Like, Jordan was in his prime. And then, Crazy Carr talked Jordan into just being a beast. I don't think he can shoot jump shots. And Jordan shot a jump shot all 6 games. Like, you going to pay for that. Another team is the Dallas Mavericks. You pick a year in the 2000s. When didn't they rack up 60 wins? And they just couldn't do nothing. Like, 06, they did go to the finals. Dwayne Wade went on that tear. And then they finally broke through, got that title. What was it? Like 2012, 11? I'm somewhere in that neighborhood. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, yeah, this might be us right now. Like yeah, I hate to say it, but we might be the 2000 Mavs in the early 90s Sonics, right? We just growing pains. And that would suck. That would suck so bad. That's all I can say. Like, man, we got to go through 2-3 more years of this. Like, dog. It's so comical. I'm laughing at myself now because remember I got on this podcast and was like, oh, man, Orlando won the first game. That means we're going to have at least 5 games. And, like, I was worried because I'm like, man, I don't want to pay for more games in my, like, package for, the season tickets or whatever. But now it might be reversed. Like, dog, you don't have to pay for any. Like, hey, the Orlando's like, I'm just going to give you a huge savings. Like, that's why they say, be careful what you pray for. The Lord's like, oh, you want a savings? I'll get you your savings. I will get you a savings. Hey, Lord, I want the savings and the Pistons win. Okay, sorry. Can we correct that? Can we retrofit that? So you don't want to put the cart before the horse or anything like that. So we just, hey, I'll be in the building Wednesday. Hey, I got tickets. I'll be there, and I'm hoping for a victory on Wednesday. I'm hoping for one on whenever that next game is in Orlando, and hopefully we back in Detroit for Game 7. Man, if Game 7 on Sunday, y'all know how mad I'm gonna be. I got graduation on Sunday. Oh my goodness, it bet not. Hold on. Yup. If hey man, it costs to be the boss. That's all I can say. Heavy is the head that wears the ground. I won't even be able to make it. I won't even be able to make it. My goodness. Yeah. The other thing that's whack is like everybody on my job know that's my squad. Like if you look, like I've said this before. Look at my desk. I got nothing but Pistons bobbleheads. I mean, most of the players don't even play for us anymore. I got a shelf, nothing but Tigers bobbleheads, and I said dobbleheads and stuff like that. So every time I go to work, people are like, oh, man, what happened at the game last night? I don't know. I don't work for them. Like, dog. When you be trying to talk yourself out of not being pissed, like, did you see me check into the game? Well, you saw the highlights. Don't worry. I was watching just like you. And you know it's over when they be like, I'm good. I'm just saying. That's what I'd be like, hey, did you see me there? Did you say I was watching just like you? I'm good. I'm just saying. I ain't mad at you. Shout out Glue Stew, man. Glue Stew, man, listen. He don't want to get a denial. Like I'll put this in Discord too. He don't want no denial. He don't want to just interrupt your shot. He want to swat it. He's determined to swat it. He want to make you feel bad. Swat. That's why he be getting them flagrants. He be swatting and smack somebody in the face. Swat. They be like, I know you didn't mean to, but the follow through, man. He be like, okay, next play, swat. And a non-shout out to Duncan Robinson, man. What was he doing at the end? You see he pull up from half court? Who are you? Oh, you just all of a sudden turned into Logo Leonard. When he did that, he looked like, you know how they have the little halftime show where the fans come down and try to shoot? That's what he looked like. He was trying to heat. He was like, yeah. He was like, dog, you know you're not supposed to be shooting back there. Y'all talk about the dunk. Oh, yeah. Hey, the announcer was like, I didn't know. Listen, everybody in the league is athletic. And then when you're running off adrenaline, really, that dunk, that's completely Cade's fault because he didn't cut him off. He was running. My coach back in the day used to say, you run on the side holding his hands. You know what I mean? Y'all going to go on a date too? You know what I mean? That was what Cade was doing. But when you allow the guy, he was right-handed. And, like, that's where people that dunk right-handed, that's the exact angle they want to come from. So, I mean, it was a great dunk. I say, like, if Cade would have just, cut him off a little bit better, he wouldn't have been able to get that momentum. But I'm a right-handed 2-foot jumper. So that's the exact, like, that is perfect for me. I love running down the court, that exact pathway. So I was like, dang, that, man, that highlight is that's gonna be like Orlando. You know how the Lindsey Hunter to Grant Hill alley-oop? That's gonna be like that for them. Like, what's one of Duran is never gonna get away, but it's all good. You don't make it to the NBA without being resilient. He's like, hey, at least I was trying to play defense. Because where was your fat butt? Right in the crowd. Wait, what did I say on the last episode? Like Chris Brown, you can't. I know you're hating and you ain't even inside the club. You know what I'm saying? I know you're hating and you ain't. And I've always said this too. I'm gonna end on this. It's crazy this world we in. It's like check on your mental health. Check on your mental health. Check, you know what I'm saying? All of this. You need to go get counseling. You need to go get that. Soon as a dude like Duran has a bad couple games, like I said, he picked a bad week to have a bad week. But man, people be dragged. I done got so many text messages, missing person report, all that. Don't you think they get back to him? But where are he supposed to go to check on his mental health, right? But it's like, call and check on somebody where you don't put this person in a position to have to call and check on him. Y'all straight trying to create Ben Simmons 2.0. That's what y'all trying to do. Would it be nice if he played better? Yeah, well, I'm not going to sit up and Photoshop him on a milk carton. I'm lactose intolerant anyway.